Alrighty. Okay. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? We're here to review the new movie Glass.
In case people are trying to read my shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm here for the booze. It's pretty funny.
You know, I thought it was a gas.
That's
for you Blondie fans out there.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say the same what they have the song Heart of Glass on there, but no. Now, they were playing, well, they had some humor from that one character that James McAvoy played, which was brilliant. I mean, and this was M. Night Shyamalan's newest movie, and it's the conclusion of a trilogy that was first started with Breakable way back in 97 or 98.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, Unbreakable. So on the movie, they said 19 years. Maybe it was 19 years.
Yeah, and then there was Split, not to 2016, and then this one, and it was weird because
it kind of ties the two movies together.
Yeah, and I never saw the second M. Night Shyamalan movie. I saw at the theater. The very first one was Sixth Sense. I saw at the Dollar Theater because my cousin Jeff was, because of his job, he was stationed. Doesn't sound like the military, but in Erie for a while, and he was bored, and he called his dad and I up, and this was back in, what, 97, 98. Wanted to know if we wanted to hang out. I said, sure, and he said he went to eat, and then he said he paid for the movie, and he went to a sports store and got some sports stuff, and he showed me some stuff on the laptop that was pretty cool. And that was the very first Shyamalan movie, and that might have, since this one, and I think it was the last movie I saw with Bruce Willis in the theater. So this was the second M. Night Shyamalan, and next time I saw Bruce Willis movie at the movie theater, Glass. And I thought it was a fascinating character study, first of all.
Yeah, it's slow. I mean, that's why, I don't know if some people won't like it, but there's enough action, I think. You know, there's some slow parts, but it's good because it does take your time telling the story. And I think me and my friend, a friend of mine that worked in Hollywood for like a decade.
Yeah.
Doing animation stuff. We were talking about his movies before, and this was after, what the heck was that one? Was it called The Village or whatever?
Yeah, Village. Or
after that came out, that people get sidetracked, because his movies aren't about ghosts and aliens and monsters. They're about people and the characters and their relationships with one another. That's the primary. The superheroes and all the other stuff is, additional stuff. But, his stories are about the characters and their relationships. People get distracted. You might like something because, well, that didn't have this, and it's like, but that's not the point. Yes, it's kind of like a vehicle for the movie if it's about aliens. But don't get hung up on that aspect.
Yeah.
Although, this actually does a good job developing the superhero stories, but, that's not all it's about. It's about the characters and stuff and relationships, and like the girl from Split comes back. And that's what I like is they have a lot of the original characters. If you watch Unbreakable, you
gotta watch Unbreakable.
And then the girl from Split, that was the main character, and then the actress that played Glass's mom. And it's great that they had those three together and stuff. And they did a really good job. I like it, and it's like, if you haven't seen Unbreakable, you definitely have to see it because it's a nice way to set up it's an interesting way of setting up a superhero origin story. That's a little bit different, where the guy just starts to discover his powers and stuff. And and Split was good because I was like origins of the villain. Well, Unbreakable is kind of a villain's origin too, but not as much as probably Split. And it's just great that he tied them together with this third movie. I thought he did a really good job. And like the ending, it's like the ending makes sense to the story.
Yeah, it does.
It's like, oh yeah, it's really good, and the whole cast, they're just great at acting. McAvoy is always good. I mean, I loved him in Split. I was like, wow. The best thing, of course, about Split was just acting these different personalities and stuff.
Oh yeah, but I loved it too. It was great. And when you mentioned it wasn't about people say, "What about Signs?" Signs. What about? I mean, but if you watch the movie, it's more about the farmer and his family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand.
The background story is the aliens or ghosts or monsters or superheroes, but his stories focus on the characters and their interactions with one another, and that's probably why I like The Village. A lot of people didn't. It's like, oh man, I thought it was great because it's like really examining characters. The only one of his I really didn't care for was that
Happening.
Haunted Grass one or whatever. Yeah, Happening.
I never seen that one either. I never saw
that one about like the mermaids or whatever,
the
lady in the water. I thought it was all right. It wasn't his best.
Yeah.
But I love this trilogy. It's The Sixth Sense and these three are like his best work.
But it's weird because I never saw Unbreakable for a longest time. I remember Sixth Sense came out, then Unbreakable came out soon after that from Touchstone too. And people say, well, this wasn't very good or disappointing. Gary said he didn't like it. A bunch of people didn't like it, so it kind of fell through the cracks. And then I saw Signs, and I didn't see any of his other stuff.
Yeah, no, go ahead, keep going.
Oh, and then people were crap on his movies for a while. And then he kind of made a comeback with The Visit, which I saw, which I really liked. At my sister's place.
Yeah, I still have to see that one.
And I remember my dad was back when he had regular cable, he had like Encore, and he said he finally saw Unbreakable. He said, it's really good, you should watch it. But it was never on when I was there to watch it. And then I eventually saw it with my buddy John.
Yeah,
earlier last year.
Split.
Yeah,
you never saw Unbreakable.
I never saw Unbreakable. Split.
You gotta watch Unbreakable.
And it's pretty much imperative. If you want to see Glass, make sure to see Unbreakable and Split if you haven't seen it,
and those two doesn't really matter which order you see that much.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very, very end, there's a scene where it kind of ties those two movies together. But like you saw Split first, and then you saw Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters because they're standalone stories.
Yeah, but Glass, it helps like, to watch that.
I compare it to, let's say, Thor and Captain America. They're standalone stories, and they're brought together for the Avengers. Yeah. I mean, just like this, Unbreakable and Split are standalone stories, but they're brought together in Glass, which is, But yeah, I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I saw his interview on Norm Macdonald's show, which I thought was fantastic too.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Glass. I really got into it. It was an interesting character study, and then because I was fascinated with everyone in the movie, and I just loved it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I give it a 10 out of 10. John was talking about the mermaid movie, that Lady Underwater. I never saw it, but there was a really unique old movie with Dennis Hopper called Night Tide.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of like a mermaid movie, and it was kind of like, it was in like this horror trilogy, but it kind of wasn't like a horror film. But I highly recommend that.
Well, there's a new horror movie out that's about mermaids. I saw a thing for it. But
that might
be what I was telling you. I emailed myself an article or maybe it was like a Looper or something where he talked about these horror movies, and I think that was one of them. I'll have to look that up. And I think that might have been, I can't remember if it was a Polish movie, but like when you're talking about character studies, sometimes you have to be in the right mood to watch certain movies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever saw Spider.
That's the one Cronenberg film I haven't seen. I have it on. I've never seen it though.
And I got that through Netflix on disc, and it took me a while to get around to watching it because I think you had to be in a certain frame of mind to watch it, because it's a slow story, not a lot happening, but it's a drama and it's a character study. And I think Ray Fiennes and I forget the actress's name now, with Miranda or something. I thought they should have won awards for their performances. I don't know if they did. I mean, they definitely didn't win Oscars. Yeah. But I mean, they both just did fantastic.
Oh, I heard good things about it.
And it's interesting because I think that's when Netflix, you could still get the extras and stuff. And so I was watching a little bit about that, and they're talking about like this one scene where you see Fiennes, or how do you say his name, his character walking down the street.
Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't as crowded as you'd think, and because he said, well, we started out with a big crowd on the streets and stuff. It's like, it just wasn't working. So he took out a couple people, had a couple less, and he kept pulling people out until he was by himself, and it worked better because it was it showed his isolation better and stuff. But yeah, but that's one that a lot of people might not like. 'Cause it's a very slow story.
Yeah, speaking of Ray Fiennes and stuff like that, I highly recommend Strange Days. That's when it came out. That was a huge flop. I remember seeing that at the Village Cinema, and there wasn't too many people.
Who was in that with it?
Angela Bassett, and I think Tom Sizemore had a small part of it. That was the one where they had like a thing where they could record their experiences and sell them.
Oh, okay. What was the one with Arnold with a name like that?
Oh, True Lie? No, it was 6 Day.
The one about the Antichrist or something like that?
Oh, the End of Days.
Oh, okay, End of Days.
End of Days, yeah.
I know I had.
So he had 6 days and End of Days, and then
the end of 6 days.
Daddy,
that's like I got confused.
Daddy Daycare.
I thought 30 Days Later was a sequel to that Sandra Bullock movie.
Well, I thought Bird Box was a romantic comedy. Yeah, I know. I thought Bird Box was a romantic comedy. Sandra Bullock, oh, it must be, or like a Bird's Eye Food or stuff like that, you know. So I guess that's it for. Is that all you had?
That's all I got.
It for me and my buddy John. So until next time, bye, please.
Check out all
Take
three.
care, my Legion. Yeah, all three. I mean, it really is pretty. It would definitely help to watch Unbreakable.
Well, yeah, you got to watch those.
Yeah, you got Unbreakable, Split, then Glass, because I mean it's a great follow-up. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the Heart of Glass was not in the movie.
We're just
that song, yeah. Or well, there's lots of Glass references and stuff. But in the scenes where like Samuel Jackson, his bones were fresh, I call it glass, and they break. The scene where his bones, I mean, he was on Tilt World as a kid. You see his bones, it's like, damn, that looks painful.
Yeah.
You see his shoulder, and it was PG-13, but I think it was probably right on the borderline with being R because they had some intense parts for PG-13. Though there's no F word in it, I don't think.
And no really gory scenes.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of nudistry with. Well, I don't want to give anything away.
Wasn't that a band?
Well, nudistry. Yeah, ministry, he's thinking. I say nudistry because that's the one my dad used to say.
Like say onion.
Or, yeah. Well, Justin Wilson, onion, and then I say, my dad used to say, could you give me a kniff instead of a knife?
Yep,
I thought it was pretty clever. So I guess that's it, everybody. Until next time, like I said, take care. All right. Hit this button.